Yellow Productions presents
a video review of the Prairie Bed and Breakfast Hotel by Rachel Ashwell. I'm Chris, and today we're going to be showing you around this very unique cottage hotel. It's located in a town called Roundtop, Texas. Roundtop, Texas is halfway between Houston and Austin, about an hour and a half from either city. It's unique because this hotel is composed of cottages. You book a room, and the room is a cottage. They have unique names like the Faith Cottage and the Cornflower Cottage. When you check into the hotel, you come into this office right here. This is where breakfast is also served in the morning. They serve coffee at 8 a.m. and breakfast at 9. They say it's on the prairie, but it kind of looks like it's farmland. This is cattle land. Every property around here, most of them, have cows. I think there's actually more cows that live in Roundtop, Texas than people. So it's a great place to come and decompress and get away from the hustle and bustle that is big cities of the rest of the world. The Prairie was designed by Rachel Ashwell, who's famous for the Shabby Chic line of furnishings. They have a Shabby Chic store and lounge, which is right next to the area where you have breakfast, that you can check out much of the furniture that you could buy for your own home. Everything here has definitely been designed with an old farmhouse cottage vibe. Even the bathroom that's off of the breakfast area looks like something out of a quaint and cutesy farmhouse. The whole grounds has been carefully decorated. They've even got old rusted trucks, because all farms have broken down trucks. One note, this is outside of civilization, so there are lots of bugs. Here is a really big spider, but they've put cans of hornet and wasp spray almost every 20 feet on the property, so if you're being bugged by them, there's easily something you can pick up to help you kill them. But be careful, he doesn't look friendly. In addition to hotel rooms, this is also a popular place for weddings. You can rent out the Pearl Barn for weddings. And there's even a big wedding cake over here in the corner. Because the Prairie is out in the countryside, you're going to need a car. If you're trying to walk here, it's going to take you a long time. I just want to let you know, though, that the road to get here is a gravel road. When you turn onto it, you are on the right road. I wasn't sure, because I don't usually get to hotels driving on dirt roads, but I guess the country has dirt roads. It's amazing. The cottage that we booked is the Faith Cottage. It's the little lavender painted cottage that has a steeple on top and looks a little bit like a chapel. Come on in, I'll show you around. Before we go inside, let me tell you a little bit about checking in and getting your key. Check-in is performed in a self-service manner. You stop by the office and they have a piece of paper, has your name on it, and it gives you the instructions on how to get to your chosen cottage and how to pick up the key. The key is placed in the door for you. That's pretty easy. That makes sure the key always works. So come on inside the Faith Cottage. Welcome inside the Faith Cottage. This is easily one of the most unique hotel rooms I think I've stayed in. There's a sofa here, which looks to be like a sofa sleeper. There's a chair here, and most of the furniture in the room has this old but new look. So they're old, and maybe they're really old, but I think they're made to look old as part of the Shabby Chic line of things. Next to the chair, there's this nice nightstand that has a flashlight on it so you can find your way around in the dark. There's a king-size bed with lots of pillows. Topher has already made himself comfortable over there. The reason you come to the bed and breakfast isn't to watch TV, but if you want to watch a little bit of TV, there's a small television in the corner that has DirecTV satellite television. Underneath is a little cabinet that you can place stuff. The windows here all have these lacy type curtains and blackout curtains right behind the lace. Over this way, there's a door out to the little balcony of sorts. Let me show you out in the balcony. The balcony opens up to the prairie that these cottages are situated on. There is a nice little table out here that you could sit and enjoy some coffee. And the in-room refrigerator is actually out of the room and out here on this little balcony patio. Little fridge, nice and cold though. Sitting out here, something I didn't realize before coming to Houston is that Houston is actually quite green. Not being from Texas, I always thought of Texas as being a big sandy, dry place, but it turns out Houston is actually quite humid and wet, and rains a lot. That's how it grows all this grass. Just to the left of the door to the patio, there's this little pot, which is actually the trash can in the room. There's a very old school looking fan here, which is on top of the old looking desk with a little stool. On top of the desk is a old vintage mirror that you can see yourself in, provided you're not too tall, because if you are, then your reflection comes back in these cracks right here. But if you're about this high, it's just the perfect mirror. On the desk is the Prairie book that has information about the property and information about attractions and maps of the nearby town. Just to the left of the desk is a door. It's the door to the bathroom. We'll go in there in just a second. To the left of that is this nice green dresser, which serves as the mini bar of sorts. There are 2 complimentary bottles of water. There's a coffee maker, 2 cups for making coffee. Ignore the McDonald's cup, I brought that with me. In the drawers, let me show you what's in here. The top drawer houses some napkins that say the Prairie and some coffee filters. The bottom drawer has an extra pillow and some bedding, and the middle drawers, well, that's for you to put your stuff in. I mentioned it rains a lot. Behind that green dresser are 2 big umbrellas to keep you dry. It's a nice touch. Behind me was the entrance door that we came in at. If you're looking for the in-room closet, well, you found it right here. It's this lovely rack. It's very open and spacious. They have an extra comforter right here. So if you don't want to share comforters or you're making the sofa bed, you can use that. There's an interesting picture right behind it. And last but not least, that I'll mention in the main room before going into the bathroom, is there is air conditioning. So don't be worried. I was a little bit when I pulled up that I might melt in this room, but when I opened the door, it was nice and cold. It says 68, and I feel like I'm standing in the freezer section of the supermarket, so it works really well. All right, let's check out the bathroom. The bathroom is also another unique room. There's a sink that has some nice toiletries on top of it. There's a toilet, but it's more interesting if you come inside and look over here. Across from the toilet is a nice wooden bench that holds the towels. There's also a specific towel for removing makeup. On the other side of the bathroom is the shower, but what I want to point out is the hook right here. This is a very rustic and sturdy hook to hang anything you want on. So it's the next morning at the bed and breakfast, and just a couple of after sleeping notes. One, the bugs. I think I mentioned them earlier. They provide a fly swatter in the bathroom because there are lots of bugs. Luckily, most of them didn't come into our room. There's some little tiny ones that roam around, but I think that's in the country, and I think that's what you're gonna get. So just be prepared for the bugs. The air conditioner was cold. That was good. The bed was comfy, and the breakfast was fairly tasty and ready just at 9 o'clock, like they said. So if you're looking for a shabby chic bed and breakfast on a Texas prairie, check out The Prairie by Rachel Ashwell.